song. Tell me, where do the great ones go when they're gone?
Welcome to week 3 of the Tonto's Demise podcast. I'm Detonator's Tonto Bull 6 champ, sitting here with
Matthew Detling, Tonto Bull 1 and 3 champ.
So where do all the good ones go?
So where they go, Brian? They go to my bench, and that is where Adrian Peterson is, and also the IR.
Yes, that is true. Before we go into that part, last week they didn't just go to the bench; they went to the waiver wire. So what's the difference?
I don't really know, actually.
Remember, you sent a kicker. You sent a kicker packing. You sent a kicker packing.
I don't love that old man. That old man ticked me off, and I thought it's time to get rid of him. He's 44 years old. That's too old.
All right. So which one has gone down to your bench?
Adrian Peterson, and it's I don't know if he's ever come back off. He might go to the waiver wire.
Wow.
It'd be very tough to admit and actually cut Adrian Peterson.
Is he just not getting touches? I haven't really followed.
It's a bad offense for him. They're pass first, and they're down. They're gonna be down a lot. He got 9 snaps the first week. He got 7 snaps, I think, the second week.
Snaps or touches?
Touches.
Okay.
Touches.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't even know what the first week was. I know he got 7 carries for 24 yards. Week 2, and then I think like week 1, he got something ridiculous, like 5 carries.
Wow.
But it was pretty pathetic.
And if the Saints had a decent defense, then maybe they could stay in games and let them run it up.
Yeah,
They
but
don't have a defense.
they have like a three running back system with Ingram and Kamara and
Yeah.
Peterson. He just doesn't fit that scheme. So, but they said they might. Somebody's like, oh, they'll probably cut him. But then I'm thinking, like, maybe we should hold and see where he goes. He could go to the Cardinals.
Yeah, hold on to him. Maybe have a good game, or maybe you could trade it. Have a good game and trade him away.
Well, after all this talk, do you think anybody's gonna want him?
Probably not. Maybe like anybody who's not listening. Like maybe if Jay doesn't listen to this, maybe he does like Peterson.
Does he?
Yeah, so maybe he'll take him.
Hey,
but
Jay,
now,
come on, man.
I don't know.
I'll
Now
take-
Jimmy is gonna be like, sorry, bro. Sorry, little bro.
Yeah, I'll trade for dog food at this point. I don't even own a dog.
All right. So, what were you saying about all the good ones go to the IR?
Well, Greg Olson's on the IR. Danny Woodhead on the IR.
Yeah.
They both classify as old men in the NFL.
Corey Coleman.
Corey Coleman, but he's not an old man. But he went to the IR. I don't know if anybody else that is meaningful.
Yeah, I mean David Johnson, but he's not old.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Allen Robinson.
True. Oh, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, keep forgetting that.
Sorry, Crick. Sorry.
I guess I don't count your team correct, apparently.
Crick is having your year, what, 2 years ago?
Well, we'll see how he does as far as managing a team, because I was all the way down to last week and making the playoffs. So
That's true.
we'll see.
Hey,
We'll see.
he's doing okay. We shall see.
We shall see. And
He's 1-1.
did he lose Johnson and Robinson the same game?
week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
brutal. That's
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell and Steve Smith Sr.
Yeah. So who will go down this week?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, I hope nobody for your sake, Crick, because
I can't even say Aaron Rodgers
yeah.
because I need him.
Hey, at least you like that pick of Carson for the Seahawks is working out. You know, who would have thought that he would have been the starter? He's got it pretty much between Rawls, Lacey, the other guy, Procise. He's going to be the guy you want to own.
Yeah. I just dropped Rawls in my other league.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that on?
ready to drop Rawls.
I don't know if Eddie Lacy is still on the team.
I don't either.
Yeah, I think he got 0 touches.
So, Crick, I mean, you, like Craig said earlier, at least you didn't actually use a first-round pick on David Johnson, and the same with Robinson. I don't think was he a keeper?
No, he didn't keep him, which is a good. I forget who else he kept.
Yeah.
And but no, so yeah, he actually picked him up in the later rounds, I believe, something like 10 or 11. I don't know, but. So yeah, I think that's all the injured people. Who else is there? Anybody? You got anybody? You have been bitten by the injury bug yet?
Not yet. Knock on wood.
It's a tough world out there, Brian.
It is.
So a lot of people have gone down this year more than last year.
Yep.
So I would predict maybe some more are going to go down.
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully nobody that I have again, because I know who else? Nelson and I can't remember else. Terrence West is questionable, so that's not very fair.
Yeah, I got Jordan Howard questionable.
Oh, that's
shoulder injury.
Got a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
I just don't think John Fox likes him anymore.
It doesn't seem.
He's got this thing called the human joystick that he wants to deploy on the off the defensives of the NFL.
Play with his new toy.
Yeah, I mean he's worth $46 in our Fab League, according to Craig.
Yeah.
So
I think he's gonna get that value out of him.
he might. Well, did he start him? I don't think he started
I
him.
don't think so.
So he probably won't. Craig's funny like that.
But
So
Jordan Howard has to be one of the biggest busts of the draft. Like, had we as a league drafted him, he probably would have went second, third round at the latest, based on where he was like projected.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have made it
wasn't,
past
like-
the second
I don't
round.
think so either. I think he probably would have went like early second round.
I dare I say first round.
Yeah, maybe the end of the first round.
Yeah, I probably would have picked him before I picked Dalvin Cook. I'm not gonna
That would
lie.
have been a
Maybe
huge
and Doug
bust.
Baldwin. So
So I mean, I don't mind giving him a 17th rounder for that. And who knows? Maybe he'll make a comeback. Maybe like it's just gonna be a slow start. I don't know.
just don't have anybody on offense.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
they had Kendall Wright, which we all that's like cannon fodder to any other team.
Yep.
The biggest receiver coming back that they're getting excited about is Marcus Wheaton.
Oh jeez.
So look out
That's
if
awful.
he doesn't break his finger.
Did Judd pick him up?
I don't know. Did
I think
he?
he had him, but he might have already dropped him. I don't know. For some reason, Judd is fascinated with Wheaton. Yeah, infatuated.
Infatuated? Maybe he just loves to say Wheaton. Wheaton!
I don't know.
Like Will Wheaton.
I always rooted for the guy, but he just always let you down.
I know. That year I had him, Sammy Coates, and I think another Steelers wide receiver was like just terrible. Who should I start? None of them.
None of them.
But I did anyway.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Torture. So, what else should we talk about?
Let's get the show on the road.
Let's get a show on the road? All right, let's do it.
Unfinished business.
Who the cuss do you think you are, Kabisic? Huh? You 2-bit video hack? You know what? That's ours. You can't mock the podcast. Delling came up with that unfinished business intro, and it's beautiful. And to have you, some second-rate videocaster, make fun of us, that's such an insult. And we expect a full apology next video.
Yeah. What the frack do you think? Where the frack do you get off thinking that you could steal our bit? Also, where the frack do you think that you could pull off the shaved head look? Okay? Listen, man, we all know you're going bald. We can see that widow's peak. Pretty soon you're going to be a villain on Spider-Man with that widow's peak.
I was glad you brought it up because I was going to bring it up.
You stick with your stuff, we'll stick with our stuff. We'll be Kimosabi.
And we'll meet up on Thanksgiving like we always do, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Until then, we don't want to see you again. Ever. So, but yeah. And hey, if you want to keep saying stuff like, well, maybe Brian and I will just start complaining about our teams. Gosh, Brian, I outscored one team this week. That means I should win every week.
Yep.
Every week. It's really tough seeing
And
that.
you know why I lost? It's because
Why?
Gags told me how many times his shuffle, so it's his fault that I'm losing, not my own poor drafting skills.
That is right. Exactly. It's my fault. It's not my fault that I have McManus and he can't make a field goal. Gosh, every else's kicker can do it. Surely Vinatieri, he's the man. My team sucks. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Well,
your kicker had a donut. You won, didn't you?
I sure did. I won.
Who'd you beat?
I beat Craig. I proved you don't need a kicker to win in this league. Sorry, Craig. Your team's just terrible.
That's right. And don't go blaming Gags. He's 0-2.
Yeah, he's 0-2 with you down there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not our faults.
Basement buddies.
You guys are basement buddies. I like it. Yeah, I hope it's dark and dingy down there. And and Gags will pick you up. I mean, you guys.
He's wearing his tank. He's wearing his tank top.
It's like
It is what it is.
Gags is the skipper, and you're the other guy. Who's the other guy? Gilligan.
Yeah, Gilligan.
Yeah, Gags is the skipper, and you're Gilligan.
That's right.
So
That's right.
we want to see a bucket hat on you next time in that thing. I'm sure you can find that in that apartment of yours. You saved stuff since you were like 2.
Speaking of which, I appreciate your background, Craig. You've got like 2 draft boards up there, which I imagine that you probably analyze and, just pour over night after night when you can't sleep. And I like the Rivers jersey, Pillow Rivers, but there's 2 spaces. I was looking at the video. There's 2 spaces that need filled. Just to the left of you, which is your right, there's a big, I think it's like the door, or maybe it's like wood paneling, I don't know, but you need
It's definitely wood paneling.
yeah, you need to fill that up with something. And then above your head to the right, there's another place where it's like the door or wood paneling. Fill that up. I want a full screen, a full background of fantasy football, like, I don't know, paraphernalia.
I mean, where's the Antonio Brown shirt? Where's I do the Fantasy Football Index.
Yeah, I saw that.
The years. I saw the Peterson. I want to say it's either Gronk or Brady. Maybe a Peyton Manning one, I could say.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
definitely. Why do you save those?
Because he's Craig.
Seriously.
He's Craig.
I
He saves
toss mine
everything.
out.
He saves everything and it's in pristine condition.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
is somebody going to come up looking? Gosh, I really need the 2012 issue of Fantasy Football Index for my collection. I have them all in sleeves. I will pay top dollar, which means I will pay $12 instead of the $8 that you paid for. And Craig,
Right.
who's been saving that in his
The
apartment
whole
for
on eBay.
for 30 years, is like, steal, deal, done.
That's right, I just made $4.
Yeah. And that will buy me my monthly subscription to porn that I don't tell anybody about. That I bought this incredibly expensive Mac monitor for.
Is that enough?
Sure, that's enough.
For now.
For now, we'll stop picking on you about everything
we'll
else.
come back.
We can always come back.
All right, turns out I'm not done with Craig. Two things, one nice, one not so nice. First of all, Craig, every week you're talking for an hour, sometimes an hour plus, and you never look away from the screen, and you never take a drink of water. Dowling and I were either drinking coffee, water, beer. We're drinking something.
We
like,
are.
you've got to be parched. Take care of yourself. You know, we don't want to see you dehydrated. Maybe that's why you're sick. You know,
could
keep
definitely
those
help.
fluids up.
That's right. I'm currently drinking coffee from my 61C cafe mug, and you've got yours.
That's right.
Don't drink and draw.
That's
which
right.
Is hilarious.
It is. I'll take a drink right now.
Right now.
Ah, some good coffee.
Oh man, that's hot.
So, Craig, it's all right if you have a drink of water. You know, have a bottle of water there, stay hydrated, or you can get like a beer helmet, something. Just keep those fluids coming.
Love to see Craig with the beard.
Man,
helmet. A beard helmet, not
yeah.
a beard helmet.
Beard helmet. Maybe if I win the league, I'll buy him a beer helmet.
No, don't you ever spend money on Craig.
Hey, we were about to spend money on him this year, but he backed out. He backed out of like riding the car.
That's his fault.
Yeah, he
So,
would have had free gas, free tools, and one meal.
Did we ever buy Justin that meal?
Yeah, we did. We bought it at Sheets.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and I told him he could have Craig's meal, and I forget what he got. He got something extra, so I was like, "It's on."
You gave Craig's meal to him?
Yeah,
I didn't
was
know
like-
that.
It was like he got a drink and like something else. I was like, "Yeah, it's all
That's
on
pretty
Craig."
funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
The other thing, Craig, is I actually don't think that there's any collusion, but it's hilarious hearing you like whine about Crabtree because
Huber brothers.
yeah, that is kind of strangely coincidental that he always blows up against you.
Touchdown games. That is. It's funny.
What do you have? 2 touchdowns last week?
3.
Oh wait,
He had
3 this
th-
past week?
yeah, 3.
I knew he had 3 last year.
Yeah. No, he
Wow.
had 3 this year and last year. And last year, that was the only time he got, I think, a multiple touchdown game. So we will have to see this year too. And we all know that's the pain of. Oh my gosh, that's the. Sorry, we're watching Nola bring things to us.
Pushing the footstool.
Yeah, she's pushing a footstool, which could substitute as a desk for her.
Yeah.
She's so tiny. But no, yeah, that's the pain of owning Amari Cooper.
Oh,
is
yeah.
saying, I have the best receiver on the team, and why doesn't he get touchdowns?
Right.
It's because Crabtree takes them all.
Yep.
Which is also why Jay took Crabtree in the second round. Ooh, what are you, lifting up like a 25-pound weight there? Be careful, you'll get hernia. She gave me a look like, I know what hernia is, you fool. So, but, oh yeah, what anything else to pick on Craig?
That was it for
Oh,
Craig.
all right.
No, we're only 7 minutes in of talking about Craig.
Right. Well, you got any other unfinished business?
I did.
You do? Oh, here we go.
Do you know how Greg Olson broke his foot?
Is this a joke? I feel like it's a joke.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, how, Brian? How did he break his foot?
Someone, right before they snapped the ball, somebody from the stands yelled, "Josh drafted you first round," and he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe his ears, and he was completely unfocused when he was running his route. He just broke his ankle.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
a good joke.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I have no idea how he actually broke his ankle. It might have been like,
He caught one pass.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was on that pass, but he caught one pass and he's out.
so I mean, he probably blames Josh.
I would blame Josh.
Yeah.
First round.
Yeah.
Even though Craig thinks it makes total sense.
And then this also goes out to Josh. just tonight when Dylan came,
No,
I actually have 2 extra bags of Chex Mix, and I told Dylan, I was like, you want this bag of Chex Mix I have laying around? And it's fresh from Mama Volchko, like this past Sunday. And he's like, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah, I actually what I said was, when Brian asked me, I kind of gave him like a look like, I don't want that bag of Chex Mix. What? And you're like, and then Brian's like, well, it's from Mama V. And I was like, maybe. And then you're like, then Brian was like, well, Josh would love it. And I said, I will take that bag. Josh, I'm not even going to eat it. I'm going to spread it on the ground for the squirrels, and let the outdoor animals feed instead of you having this bag. That's how much I dislike you right now. So you don't get the Chex Mix. The animals do. Also, please don't tell Mama Volts that I'll never get a cookie. All right, I got some unfinished business. Has nothing to do with the league. I just picked this up. I got a new pet peeve. I've been working at the casino and watching these people come in for Steeler games and their jerseys. I got a new pet peeve, and it kind of also goes back to Craig. Now I think about it, but it wasn't intentional. Not jerseys, but shirzies. People buy shirzies. I hate these things.
Is that a term?
It is a term.
Okay.
Yeah, a T-shirt with a jersey number on it. These people pay like $30 for these things. Why not just pony up the extra $20 and go buy a jersey from a Chinese website?
Right.
I hate when people show up with these things. It really just chaps my head. But so that's one thing. So I've been noticing a lot of. And I got a tiny story for you, Brian.
Okay.
We have to do like biometric readings. Do you do these at your school?
Nope.
No? All right. Well, we don't have to do them, but we're volunteer. But we get compensated. We get I went this year, never did it before, and this year you got a Amazon gift card, $25 gift card to Amazon or Giant Eagle, whichever one you want.
Nice.
So, but you gotta go get pricked, your finger pricked, your blood. Then you got your LDLs, your HDLs, your triglycerides, and talk to you about your health style. And that's the one thing. And then you gotta make a wellness profile on a computer. So, hey, I did well with the blood work and stuff like that. Guys like, oh yeah, you're pretty good. You just need to do a little work. And I said, yeah, I need to do eat better and exercise. He's like, yeah, we all do. That's what the nurse said. I was like, all right, cool. So I went to the health wellness profile on the computer. Sitting there, this thing asked me all kinds of questions about like my life, and from somewhat disagree to agree all the way, like 1 through 5. So I was honest with them, and they're like, you're sleep, and I was like, I haven't been sleeping that well, so I'm like, maybe this and that. And then they're like, oh, depression, and I was like, I normally probably lie on these things.
Right.
I was like, well, yes. I was like, all right, listen, I've been depressed. I've been a little depressed. Yeah, given the events.
Yes.
And so I put them on this thing, and everything else I filled to the T, like I thought sounded good. So basically, the thing happened is, so it compiles the score, and it goes, the average score of a male, your age and weight and blah, 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 is 55.
Okay.
Yours is 35 for life. And I was sitting there at the computer, and I was like, I got real mad, and I was like, you know what? Fuck you, you fucking computer. Yeah, I'm depressed. Why you gotta talk about 35? That's not that much. And I was like, I was like, yeah, hey, sometimes I'm gonna pick up the phone and call Vince. Right. I was like, and I'm saying this to a computer, like in the morning. I'm like, the other day, I got cut off by a 1992 Ford White Probe. Guess what? I reached for the phone. I did. I called him. I was gonna call him. I hung up the phone. I was like, damn it. So the guy who was next to me was fixing some guy's computer, and I guess like I had that piece of paper and everything, and I go, am I done? He just looks at me, and I think he could tell in my eyes, like I was mad. And he just reaches over and signs his initials on the paper, and he's like, yeah, just go get your card. I think he just wanted me to get out of here. Wow. So I was like, I showed up, and I was like, and she gave me the opportunity. She's like, Giant Eagle card or Amazon card? And I said, I go, Giant Eagle card. Fill out the paperwork, and I was about to leave. I go, you know what? This is a me moment.
That's right.
This is me. I'm not food for me and Brogan. I said, I want that Amazon card.
You deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. So the girl's like, all right, I can white it out. And she gave me the card. I walked out there. I was mad, but I was also happy at the same time. And I said, way to go, computer. Kick me in the balls. So, but that was my unfinished business. Has nothing to do with the league. Sorry, I just wanted to ramble. Yeah. Apparently I rant. Jimmy says so on Line app. But that's all I got. All right, nothing else to do with the league.
I just hope that you're not now flagged as like the depressed dealer at the casino, and like it's on your permanent record. There's like, okay, watch out. Here comes he's at 35. Look out.
35 number on him.
Yeah.
I'm flagged as the guy that doesn't enjoy his job. I know that. The guys have literally walked up and they say something like, what am I why am I here? Like when they're losing, and I say that to myself every day, sir. Why am I here? Why am I dealing to you? So there are moments where they're like, they can't believe it comes out of my mouth. So
Yeah, they're like, are you allowed to say that? And keep your job?
sorry, I don't like my job.
All right, well, sorry you only got a 35, but you know, at least you were honest.
I was. It sucked. I was really mad
That's
about
right.
it.
I mean, you might take that same thing like 3 months later and you have a 75. But it's like, it just goes.
Sleeping well,
Right,
you know,
right.
I'm actually taking sleeping pills now
Yeah.
instead of ignoring them or smoking my weed,
Yeah.
which would be nice. I like to think I prefer edibles. That would really put me to sleep. Best.
Sure.
You ever have a chance at edibles? Best sleep you'll ever have.
You and your mom know that.
Well, yeah. But my mom gets paranoid. I don't.
Okay.
Ambien is the best sleep she ever has.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know she's sleeping.
Yeah, the crazy sleep.
Yeah, I can point her towards the kitchen. She'll either cook me a meal or clean the whole thing. And then she'll go back to bed, not even knowing.
Oh,
Right now, Nola's putting on a parachute
she
outfit.
is.
Trade time, trading guys, excellent.
Wow, that was a really good one. I mean, we've been waiting for a trade.
We have been. We really got to hit the whammy bar on that one.
I thought for sure we'd have a trade this week, and we were right. We called it. We said if Gags loses, he'd have a major trade, and he did.
Blow up the team.
Yeah.
Rebuild.
So you did not disappoint. And I thought we'd have a trade in the off season. There was a lot of talk, never happened, but I'm still glad that we have the flexibility to do that if we want. Just didn't happen this year. So yeah, let's get right into this trade.
It was a trade.
Oh yeah, the trade of like draft order,
Which
right?
I still disagree with, and I should
Okay.
in the league.
I know. I kind of agree.
If you now look at Justin Mahork's team,
Yeah.
you can see that he's loaded because Bean traded him, and Bean didn't even keep his freaking quarterback.
Well, he would argue that he used that quarterback to, to barter and to trade with Gags. So he can do whatever he wants with this player.
He can, but my point is that Justin Mahork got AJ Green, and I didn't.
Right, but how's that really working out for him?
Pretty good because he's not 2-0. Is he 1-1?
Yeah, he's 1-1. But I mean, AJ Green's like putting up some mediocre numbers.
Yeah, but he has the ability to put up major
He
numbers.
He does.
So I wish I had AJ Green. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I got you. I got you.
I don't like that rule. I should bring it up later on.
All right. Let's get into this trade. We got Gags and Bean. Bean gave up. We're just doing this off of memory. He gave up Breeze, Des Bryant, and
Doug
Martin, and then Gags traded him the tandem of Winston and
Mike
Evans.
and Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram. All right, I'll give you my take and then you give me yours. I know from what I've kind of read on the lineup, most people think that Gags got the best of this trade. I disagree. I really do
Tell me
think.
more, Brian.
Yeah, I really do think Bean is going to have the upper
Does he
hand.
have a car? Tell me more. Does he have a car? Sorry, I went off.
Sorry,
Go
you
back.
just went into a Grease musical, right?
I love musicals.
Yeah, Bean, I'm sure appreciated that. So, Bean, I think, got definitely, Bigler will agree, got the sexier players. Winston, I believe, is sexier than Breeze, although...
Oh, okay. Sorry. You go. Keep
Yeah,
going. Keep
but
going.
I think Breeze will probably outscore him throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
Evans is going to destroy Des Bryant this year. I think Evans, his floor is probably 20 points, and his ceiling is probably 40, 45. I really think that.
Well, you would know.
He's a target monster.
Yeah, from having him. Yeah, you definitely would know.
And then Mark Ingram, I mean, I think he's going to outperform Doug Martin, but it doesn't really help Bean that much based on what Craig said. He's got Theo Riddick. Theoretically, it's not going to help him.
Oh, I forgot all about it. Theoretically. I love it.
And then he's also, who's his other flex guy? I can't remember
I
off
can
the top of my
tell you.
head.
Hold on. If you talk, if you.
I'll keep going.
Meander.
So, I mean, in terms of value, I think Mark Ingram is more valuable than Doug Martin, but whether Bean can actually use him is another story. On the other side of it, I think Des Bryant, he's like just a mid-tier receiver. He's like really low-end wide receiver one, high-end. He's kind of like a Demaryius Thomas.
His other flex guy is Javarius Buck Allen.
Oh, that's right. The
which
guy
is pretty good.
spent like $50 on or something like that.
Right. Yes.
So, yeah, so where Bean is actually going to use him, I don't know, but I think he got a better value. Des Bryant, like I was saying, He's basically low end tight or wide receiver 1. Drew Brees is probably going to be a good value just because they're going to be playing from behind.
Yeah.
But I looked at Winston's playoff schedule, and they're playing 3 really pass-heavy teams. Like, it's going to be probably high-scoring games. Like, Green Bay's one of them. I want to say Atlanta and then somebody else. So I think that if Bean makes the playoffs, like, Winston will perform.
Okay.
But he's got to get there. So I don't know. I'm actually going to give this to Bean. Not by a lot, but I think he has potential to get more out of it.
Right. Well, hold on one second here.
Take Delling.
Kind of the same take as you.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the thing, I'm noticing that Bean is suffering from what I like to call Huberitis, Jimmy Huberitis to be exact. With the
Yes.
flex, he's got Crowell, Allen, Ingram, and Jacquizz Rodgers.
That's a severe case.
It is in Riddick. He just doesn't have any bruisers.
Yeah, the prognosis is not good.
No, definitely. So we don't know if he'll be able to find a cure to that.
No.
When looking at the trade, I guess. Well, first of all, I guess Bean did not get the memo. Like Josh said, aren't we not trading with Gags? I thought that was the thing.
Unspoken.
Yeah, and I guess Bean said no, we are. But whatever. But for me, my team, you play your studs.
Yeah.
I don't trade Breeze ever. Like I just don't do it. He's my main guy. He's got to get you 70.
Right.
And I don't think Winston can get you 70. But I know that's why he got Mike Evans with him.
Yeah.
And I also did not think, like, I guess we could say Des Bryant was a low-tier first-round receiver.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. I honestly never have any interest of having Bryant on my team because he's nothing without Romo. Yeah, I said it. Nothing without Romo.
Yep.
So there's that, and I would still give this to Bean as well.
Wow.
Because mainly on the strength of Mike Evans.
Yeah.
And I guess with Winston too. If Winston does perform.
What's your thoughts on Doug Martin and
Doug Martin Doug Martin went over to Gags, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand that really. I know maybe Gags just wants him to see. We don't even know if it'll be his team or Jacquizz Rodgers will be the starter.
Right.
Most people think that it will be Doug Martin.
Yeah.
Which I would myself think as well. Mark Ingram, I would like as a flex, but once again, we don't know. And I guess I would. Mike Evans is the one thing that sticks out to me.
Me too.
Because he's the target monster, and with the authority, she threw that down. But I don't know where I haven't really looked at their weekly matchups or anything like that. I do know that I now have to play Winston to Mike Evans this week versus the Viking secondary, but I'm hoping that the Vikings basically get to Winston really hard, like he did with Roethlisberger, because that's a great defense to have.
It is.
And they can destroy this. This is in Chicago. I'm sorry, they're not playing Chicago this week.
Yep.
So
I think Winston's gonna have some weeks where he gets 30, and he's gonna have some weeks where he gets 50.
right,
You know?
yeah. I mean, I don't know if you got him just because he could do a good Bill Cosby impression, but that's not the stuff that I look for in a player. So, but yeah, with that, we both think Bean won.
I know he called in, so maybe he talked about the trade.
Yeah, let's hear his responses.
Yeah.
Same with who else?
Gags called in.
Gags called in.
Yeah, and Josh and Jimmy, so we'll hear him.
Well, I'm looking forward to the calls.
Yep.
So is Noah, after she parachutes. But okay, back to you, Brian.
All right, Dylan, let's go ahead and check the old answering machine.
Let's do it, Brian. Beep.
Hey guys, I'm at work, so I gotta keep this short. Please pick against me this week. Please. I mean, Josh's team was really stacked, so please just pick against me. Thanks. Ow!
Well, Jimmy is starting to feel it. He's 2-0. He's in first place. We got the first howl of the year.
We did get the first howl of the year. It's almost not even Halloween yet.
No. I mean, and full moon, I think, was like a week or two ago, so that didn't make sense.
I don't know what news is to me is Jimmy has a job?
Yeah, he's had a job for a little while.
I didn't know he had a job.
Yeah, he works at a little print shop. A small print shop. It's like independently owned.
Is that why it took him so long for us to get our money?
Could be. It could be.
Well,
All right, let's see. I think we got another call here. Ready? Beep.
Oh, hey everyone. This is the director of the Shawshank Athletic Club. I just wanted to call, about the ratings for the games and everything. In order to get, better ratings for your matchup of the week, I think in the future we should probably try to have that matchup of the week actually be, competitive, not such a blowout. Most people probably turned that matchup off after halftime, because I did. So, in the future, I thought we could probably try to have the matchup of the week be a little bit more competitive, like I said. Perhaps a close matchup. So anyway, thank you. Bye.
So first of all, sorry for that background noise. I think Nola just cries whenever she hears Josh's voice, so I apologize.
do not like Uncle Josh.
Deli, what's your comment to that?
Oh, wow.
That message.
I'm sure it's directed directly at me as far as the matchup of the week goes. Yes, it was a blowout. Josh, you can enjoy this one. I don't know if,
We'll see him again.
type of bragging about week 2. Also, that's a lot of talk coming from a guy that's only gotten as far as 3rd place. And despite you actually having a kid, I don't believe you got to 3rd base either. Brady scored 70-some points on me. It happens. My team stunk, and I still did not get knocked out of the knockout round.
Right.
So I will let you have this one. Like I said, when Brady gets you 70, I can't argue with you, and that's luck, and it's against the New Orleans Saints, terrible defense, and he was mad about the first week. So it was a recipe for success for you, and my team is struggling right now. I'll give it to you, but we'll see how it goes in the end, and maybe we'll be the matchup of the week in week 13 or 12 or whatever it is.
What'll be 13? Yep.
Yeah. And because of this call, you definitely won't get any checks mix.
Oh. I will say I appreciate the call in. The question is, will he call in again whenever his team loses? Because it's inevitable. It's going to happen. I don't know who's playing this week, but Bean, he's consistent. He calls every week. Whether he's feeling on top of the world or if he feels like just like crying under a bridge, like he calls no matter what.
True. And Josh, how does it feel to be down here with the rest of us tight end worried people? Since you're spending money on Ben Watson, wasn't he not in your algorithm or your computer Excel sheet that you do, that your highly intelligent sheets that makes you pick Greg Olsen in the 1st round?
Beep.
Gentlemen of Tonto Demise, it's Kevin Bean, manager of the Dub C Hooligans, back-to-back Tonto's Demise champion. I'm calling for a little Venus talking. It's that time. Gags and I didn't want you guys to get bored. It seems like you were slipping a little bit, so we decided to cook up a little something just to whet your appetites, to keep you interested, a little something to chew on and debate, and let one of us know how badly we were trade raped by the other, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I want to see more big trades, more crazy wild action going on. You guys have been boring. I know we're only 2 weeks in, but come on. Make some moves, do some stuff, make it fun. Alright? Get off your asses, get the work in. That being said, I hope everybody has a great week this week. I really, really want you guys to have a great time. Best of luck to y'all. Actually, no, fuck you all. I hope I win. I hope I win it all. I'm not going to say I'm going to, because I'm not going to jinx myself, but I won a championship, so I'm trying. I'm doing what I can. Peace out!
What came out of nowhere?
So I thought my team was called Hillbillies on PCP because it sounds like that caller was also on PCP.
He might have been stealing some good drugs from the old folks home that he helps run.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The one thing's for certain, that man who called in right there is not stable. He is not mentally stable. I'm a little bit afraid that he's in our league. Like, we actually spend time with him. You know?
Yeah, we do, and it's funny because your mom always tells us the quiet ones you're supposed to worry about, but Bean is not quiet.
Yeah, and if we put his calls like back to back, the highs and lows are scary, really scary. And that call by itself was wow.
He's a theater kid.
That's true.
So he has to be highs and lows. He's always worried about people judging him and not giving him self-respect or saying he did a good job at everything in his life.
And to say that, our show needs a trade to make it happen, no way. We don't need trades. This show, it runs on its own,
That's right. You need us.
That's right.
Who is clamoring and saying, "Where's our podcast on week 1 when I wasn't there?"
Right. Well, Delling's in Vegas.
Right. I'm trying to enjoy myself, and Brian's trying to call me while I'm playing blackjack. Can we get a quick podcast? And no, I'm in Vegas. Leave me alone.
No, I'm in rehab.
I'm in rehab. I'm in a strip club. I'm losing money.
Good call as always, Ben.
We didn't even discuss it. Let's discuss it.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. It's just
I mean, he's trying to get everybody fired up. Basically, he's trying to get more participation.
right. Talks about his trade a little bit. He didn't talk about what he liked about it or anything like that. He should have talked about his trade.
Right. I thought for sure he would have given his angle, how it helps him. But if he's doing it just to inspire the league, if you're gonna lose in the process, it's not worth it. However, we did say we both think you have the best chance to come out of that trade looking good. So.
We did. Well, Gags purely went for Drew Brees because he doesn't have a big quarterback. So he didn't get he needs a 70-point guy because he knows his team isn't that good.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees can win you a game or two.
And that happens when you don't get the top 5 pick, or was it number 2 pick 2 years in a row or something? So clearly, Gags did not know how to go about his draft. Me and Jim Kirk and I were distracting him too. At the same time,
Plus, he was at the grill, not giving him excuses.
Right.
Right.
That's what happens when you're a champion and you're at your house, and you have probably the best draft ever.
Yeah, and I want to also say that he is the San Francisco Giants of our league. Wins a championship, doesn't win a championship. Wins a championship, not going to win one this year.
True. Yeah.
Top, bottom. This is the bottom year.
Yeah, the odds in Vegas are not in his favor.
No. So I predict that maybe he'll be wearing the Rivers jersey next year in Pittsburgh.
Well, somebody else should be wearing the Romo jersey right now. I don't know, but I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, save it for unfinished business.
Every week?
Sure, if you want to. Beep.
Hey boys, it's Gags, the defending champion here. I just wanted to comment about the trade here. I know you guys are probably going to rip into Bean for, trading away Drew Brees after, contemplating on keeping him or taking him or whatever the case may be. And then also ripping on him for opening up the door for people to trade with me. So, it is what it is. You know what it is. So, that's all. Keep the trades coming. I know you guys want to come back over to the East Coast, have a nice cookout again, drink some beers, have some fun. So, good luck, everybody. Like I said, keep those trades coming.
Oh, that was a great call.
It is what it is, so it is what it is. What it do.
That's a great quote. That's a great soundbite.
Your shirt is definitely you, Gags.
But you know what? I'm ripping on Bean more for being the one to open up the door to trading with Gags. Have we not learned anything last year?
Yeah, I know. Have you ever seen the movie Hellraiser?
Long time ago, but yeah.
Box, you fidget with the box and it opens up, the Hellraiser world. You don't fidget with the box. and Bean just fidgeted with the box.
Right. Even Josh learned that.
Yeah, exactly. So, what are you guys doing?
I know.
and no, Gags, I don't want to come back to the East Coast.
Me neither.
Long drive.
That's right. I'm not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning again. No way.
Exactly. It was fun, but
it was a good time, good food. But you know what? Do not keep those trades coming.
I want to sleep in my own bed for once. And I want to have it in Pittsburgh. That's been Brian and I's goal for the last 8 years.
Yeah, and this would be the number 9. Yeah, you're right.
When
And
did
when I won,
What happened to you? Where did you
well,
go?
we had it at Jimmy's place. 'Cause it was
Oh.
like the bachelor
So
party.
it's like you gave him a freebie.
Yeah, I did. I had mine on the East Coast. That's why I cursed myself.
What? There's a lot of things that went in that curse, Brian. We didn't realize.
Yeah.
So
All right.
this year, it's got to be in Pittsburgh if we win.
All right. So no more trading with Gags unless he's really, really giving you a lot.
Yeah, unless it's a favorable trade in my favor there, Gags. So, make me an offer. I mean, don't trade with Gags.
Right. Don't trade with Gags if your name is Josh
Yeah.
or Bean.
And as always, guys, if there's something going on in your life, it is what it is.
And now for another installment of It's All About the Benjamins.
What?
All right, Delling. So let's get right into it. Clearly, Possum Magic is.
Done lost his mind.
Done lost his mind. He's a dumpster fire right now. I mean, he just spent half of his money on a guy pretty much off the street, right?
Yeah, but he's the most targeted guy off the street.
That's right. But like he basically just walked down whatever, Fifth Avenue, New York City, and just handed a homeless guy $500. That's what he did.
Come on, I wouldn't go that far. Well, Tree Sites, we all know, is an accountant, so he's probably calculated his money, and he realized that he's weak on the receivers, and that he doesn't want to trade any of his running backs away, so he's trying to catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
And if it's $100 to do, it's $100.
Right.
Remember, he only outbid Jimmy by $1.
Wow. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so who else? So if Tree Sites is out of his mind, so is Jimmy.
Right. So they're both out of their minds, and Jimmy's 2-0, and he's just going to spend half his money. I mean, that's why I'm not spending a lot of money right now. I don't really need to spend a lot of money.
Are you 2-0?
Yeah.
No.
At some point I will, but right now I'm fine. But Tree Sice, I know he's spent, let's see here, at least $115. So I think he's at least down to 85. But I think he'll get a lot of targets. Will it be worth it? We shall see.
We shall see. Plus, Tree Size is known for using a lot of his moves up real fast. So this is also in the same realm.
Right. It makes sense. The thing is, he'll still have the moves, but he just won't have any money to back him up.
Wait, I thought when you do this, it counts as a move.
Well, it does, but I'm just saying, like, when he runs out of money, he can still make moves, he just can't pay for them.
Oh.
Like, when he has $0 and he has, like, 10 picks left.
I didn't hear you say he won't have the money to back it up.
Oh, right.
I thought,
Right.
Gotcha. I got you.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. The next one, Jared Goff, $30. I don't even know if anybody else put a waiver out there for him.
I wouldn't. No.
No. So, I mean, Jay got another quarterback. He was desperate. Joe Flacco throwing the ball. So, Jay, you needed it. So, I'm glad you got what you wanted. And $30 isn't that much.
No, in the grand scheme, I don't know if you buy anything else.
Right.
But like you said, you needed a quarterback. And Goff was there for the taking.
Yeah. All right, and then let's see here. We don't have to talk about every single one of these. What else do we want to talk about?
Ben Watson.
We got Ben Watson.
$7.
Yep.
Very fair. I tried to bid on him, and it didn't work out.
How much did you put in?
I put in $21.
Yeah.
$6 short.
Josh is going to love hearing that.
I know he is. But at the same time, like I told you earlier, I was all about Ben Watson or all about Safarian Jenkins, and I didn't want to put 2 bids in and get 2 of them like Bean. We'll just call it a Bean. Right. I didn't want to bean it up. So instead of spending any money, I got Safarian Jenkins for 0.
Good.
So I consider that a deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And same with Jimmy. He picked up Jay Cutler for free. I picked up Jalen Richard for free. So there's always some scraps left that are worth picking up. So you still have $200, right?
I still do.
Me too.
And if I feel that I need to blow my wallet, I will. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, I need this guy. I got to have him. I'll blow whatever I have to do. Blow it all. A lot of blowing going on. I heard it, Ryan. I heard it. Don't tell me. I heard
Of course. And Crystal's even cracking up.
Who do I have to blow around here to get my man?
I think Justin.
Probably right.
This week's matchups.
All right. You can take this one, Delling.
Was that a foghorn?
It did sound like it.
This week's first matchup that we're having is Hillbillies on PCP versus Everybody Hurts.
And I'm glad that Jay is keeping Everybody Hurts. I don't know if he's heard that Craig has asked him to change it, but I'm glad that he is not.
I understand it. I also don't mind either. Plus, I like seeing Michael Stipe.
Me too. Me too. All right, let's get into this. I personally hope for Jay's sake that he doesn't start Flacco because I don't think that's a right choice. Maybe he'll play Goff, but I think Goff plays tomorrow night, doesn't he?
He does. He plays against the 49ers. Gosh, I can't even tell you which one to play. I can't do it. It's like short circuiting.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Deli's losing it. I think honestly, from my perspective, I think they're both horrible matchups. Meaning, like usually the Thursday night games suck, and the London games usually aren't that high scoring either. So I'm kind of happy that he's got to choose one or the other. So I think Phillip Rivers wins this either way.
I'm going to agree with you, mainly because it's a home game for Phillip Rivers.
Yep. All right, let's go into the receivers. Okay, we'll talk about Jay's receivers. We got Julio Jones, Golden Tate, and Deshaun Jackson.
Excellent trio.
Excellent trio. Was that a dig for somebody?
It was. It really bothered me.
And then I got A, B, DT, and DP. I just like saying
Like a
those
Boys 10 song. ABDTDP.
DP being Devontae Parker. He has a question mark tag on him. I didn't know that.
Excellent trio as well, Brian.
Yes, excellent trio as well. Who are you gonna? I'm gonna actually take mine in this case just because I got some good matchups. Chicago, the Jets, Buffalo will be kind of tough, but Chicago and the Jets, I'll take that.
I'm going to take Jay's matchup.
You got the dome. You got the domes.
Got the dome. I got Detroit versus Atlanta.
Yeah.
Could be a good high scoring game, and gonna go for that maybe that long bomb on Deshaun Jackson. Get that one boom or bust, right, buddies? He's gonna boom this week.
All right. Let's go to the running backs. We got Fournette and Gore. I have no idea who I'm actually playing. I'm switching it around. I hate playing Duke Johnson, but you know what? Against Indy, maybe he'll get a touchdown. Jalen Richard, don't even know if I'm going to start him.
Do you not have a running back that actually runs the ball?
Not really. I mean,
What were you thinking on draft day?
I thought I had them. Bilal Powell,
Oh yeah, it's been a bust so far.
and Jordan Howard.
Yeah, okay. I see
Both
that,
my
I see
keepers suck this year. All right. So I'm going to give it to Jay. I think
that. So fun to say Bilal Powell.
It is.
Bilal Powell.
Bilal Powell's on the bench. So I give this to Fournette. I think he takes it down.
It's against Baltimore though.
Good point.
Frank Gore versus Cleveland though. Yeah. I gotta give it to Jay as well. You can't argue with that. Like literally, you got Duke Johnson, Jalen Richard in your run. I mean, that's
I will probably
disgusting.
I'll probably have more than 1.1.
Oh,
Hopefully.
is that like a dig at somebody?
Me. Last week I got 1.1 combined.
Gross.
All right.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, that's all right. I still won. All right. Delaney Walker versus Kobe Fleener. I'm going to go with Walker. Well, it's against Seattle. I'm still going to go with Walker.
I go with Walker too.
Yeah.
Consistency, as you like to say about him.
Yeah, it's true. All right. McCaffrey or Freeman. I'm going to surprise you and go with McCaffrey. Maybe that's no surprise.
What?
New Orleans.
surprise.
Going against New Orleans. I'm going to predict this is his breakout game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they're gonna need to throw somebody, right?
Yep.
Well, I can't do it. I gotta go with Freeman, and I gotta make the argument that they haven't used McCaffrey that much, even though they were using him in the preseason. Like he's gonna be an next star.
I know.
Leave it to Carolina to muck it up. I mean, he's great. He's white lightning. He's from Stanford. I mean, this is the perfect white running back. Does he have blonde hair and blue eyes? I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna bet he does. But Devontae Freeman is a stud. Versus Detroit, it's going to be, like I said, possible high scoring.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he has so much stock in Atlanta with Devontae Freeman and Julio Jones.
Yep.
But yeah, that's who I'm going with, Freeman.
All right. Lutz or Santos? I'm going to go Lutz.
I'll go Lutz as well.
All right. Denver or Seattle? I'm going to go Denver because Buffalo's got not a lot going for them for offense besides Shady.
Yeah, I would go with Denver as well, just because you're right. The only thing they got is Shady, and I think like last week, Shady had 9 yards or something crazy.
Right?
Yeah, he didn't have any. It was his worst week ever.
They lost too, didn't they?
They lost 9-3.
Yeah, that's an ugly game.
Very ugly.
All right, so I'm gonna give it to me. I hate I hate to beat up Jay, and I mean, I don't think I'm going to beat him up, but I just hope that I win. But as always with the Hubers, usually I'll say, I hope we both score 200 points, but I've won more than you.
You know what I'd like to see, Brian? I'd like to see you guys Jello wrestle.
I did not see that coming.
Something like, why did you guys Jello wrestle at Lockhaven? I thought that was like a thing out there.
Why? Because they're lesbians?
You guys are in a curve of a mountain. There's nothing to do there. I just thought down in the basement.
We had Fight Club.
Should have been Jello Fight Club.
If we had the jelly, we would have done it.
Poor college students. I'm going with Jay.
Wow.
Well, listen, we just did the whole thing. Look at the receivers. I was sitting there going, I picked his receivers. I picked his running back. I picked his flex. I got to go with him.
You didn't pick his quarterback or defense.
I know, but so
They won it for me last week.
they did. Those are the 2 big point producers, but everything in between.
All right.
So basically, you're the bread and he's the peanut butter and jelly.
We'll end on that note. All right, the next matchup of the week, we've got the Dub C Hooligans in 6th place going up against Space Antelope in 8th place, just a few points behind Kevin Bean. All right.
A few points. I don't even know what
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. Hey, but at least you're still in the knockout. All right.
Miracle.
You've got the retooled Dub C Hooligans. We got Winston going up against Cousins.
Retooled.
Who do you like, Winston or Cousins? I mean, the scary thing is Washington's been running the ball a lot. But I don't think they're going to get away with it this week.
Yeah, well, Rob Kelly's hurt.
Yeah.
He's a fractured rib.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Cousins. It's a home game, and I'm praying. Listen, I've checked. I was looking at stats. You know who's outscoring Cousins? This is pretty bad.
Who?
Mike Glennon.
Ooh, wow. I'm going up against the Steelers this week.
Yeah, it's like Cousins hasn't broke 35 point whatever, and Glennon's had 40 something.
I think this is his breakout week.
He's got to break out, or I'm gonna break down and cry.
Right. Well, I mean, it's against Oakland because Oakland's going to be running the score up, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, Crabtree's going to get he's not playing Craig, so he's probably going to get 1 touchdown.
Right. Well, we'll see who Josh Norman covers,
There you go.
depending on who he covers. But who knows? Maybe Oakland will be trying to run the ball and salt the clock away with Lynch
Yep.
while he's healthy. But no, I picked Cousins myself.
Same here. All right, let's go into the receivers. We've got Evans, Marquise Lee, and Tyler Lockett. Okay, that's kind of a drop-off there. We got Cooper Kupp. Am I saying that right?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, Amendola, and Funchess. You know what? These are actually pretty close, but I'm going to give it to Evans.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
like you said before, your matchup, you can change things around. I'm waiting to see the Jordy Nelson. He says 50-50.
Okay.
I'm praying that I don't know. He could be a decoy, which would be really shitty.
Yeah.
And I don't want to put him
He
in.
might not play enough to make it worthwhile.
And who else do I have?
You got
here?
T.Y. going against Cleveland.
Yes, I haven't put Ty in. I just can't do it
I know.
with Dave Brissett or whatever. That's the thing. I could have Hilton and Nelson in if everything goes to plan. Or, I will give it to.
You going to give it to Bean? Based on the strength of Mike Evans?
Yeah, I'll give it to him based on the strength of Mike Evans. Not happy about it.
No. All right, let's go down to the running backs. We've got Rodgers and the Crow for Dub C going up against West and Cook. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna give it to you because, I mean, Rodgers, he doesn't really get a lot of rushing yards usually, right?
I don't know.
Has he been lately? I haven't really followed him at all this year.
Now you get many against Minnesota, that's for sure.
Right, but Crowell could get some yardage against the Colts. You know what? I'm gonna call a draw.
A draw. Brian, make a decision in your life for once. Well, okay, I'm going with me because the Cook train going to get rolling again against Tampa Bay. Well, I had to say well without my team in it. Well, depending on Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
And T. West, questionable right now. Hopefully he plays and gets a touchdown because that's what I guess I'm dependent on, which seems to be every freaking year with a running back slot. But I'm still going to go with me.
All right. Tight ends, I see that you're just hoping to get some points, so I'm still going to give it to Ertz.
I got to go Ertz.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, at least maybe he'll get you 5 points, right?
I think Jenkins is going to be a major cog in the passing game.
I hope you're right for your sake. All right.
Me too.
Yeah, in the flex, I got to give it to Buck. He paid $50 to have Buck in the flex. I give it to him over Baldwin.
Wow. You're out of your mind. Listen, when you have Doug Baldwin and you have an angry Doug, which he's angry right now. He has 2 games and 10 points. He is ticked. And I like when Doug Baldwin gets angry because he gets gangster. And I'm telling you what, he's going to get gangster this week against Tennessee. So I'm going with Baldwin. He's got to break out. He's got to do it.
Yeah, it'd be a good week for you. All right, we got Bryant going up against Walsh. I'm giving it to Bryant.
Giving it to Walsh.
Okay, and then defense, I'm gonna give that to you. It's in London.
Home game.
Yep, home game in London. I don't know. That's actually at Jacksonville in London. I'll give it to Baltimore because I think Dallas is going to have a bounce back week after coming off that loss from Denver. So, yeah, I'm giving it to Baltimore.
I got to go Baltimore, too. It's like they've had 2 weeks of 5 turnovers each. So I think Baltimore, and you're going to have Suggs over there in London waking up, not getting his coffee in the morning. He's got to wake up at the butt crack of dawn to play. He's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
And you know who's going to suffer? Blake Bortles. That's right there why Baltimore is going to win the defensive matchup. Blake Bortles doesn't even know what's going on.
Oh. I think this matchup is going to be close overall. I really do. And I don't think it's going to be super high scoring, but I think Cousins is going to pull it out for you. I think Winston, it's not going to be a huge Winston week, but I think Kirk Cousins is going to cover for you, and I think he's going to pull it out.
Can I call a draw?
You can.
I'm not calling a draw.
I know.
First ever, no.
Yeah.
I'm calling me winning this by 5 points.
Yeah, that seems pretty accurate. 5 points. I think both teams are probably right around their projections, right around 150.
That's what the line is set at in Vegas, so if you like to bet, go to the Orleans Casino. I get a little kickback.
Okay.
And the next matchup we have, none other than FC Bohoric versus From Gags to Riches.
Man, this is a good matchup.
This is a good matchup, actually. 0-2 versus 1-0. Wow, I didn't even think. I thought it was 2-0 versus 0-2. I keep forgetting Juddy lost.
Yeah, it's hard to believe after that first week, man.
Yeah, he just took off.
All right, so we got some heavy hitters in both lineups here. This is a great quarterback matchup too. We got the newly acquired Breeze going up against Ryan, and this week I'm going to give it to Matt Ryan. He had a down week. I think going up against Detroit could be a shootout there with Stafford, so I'm going to give this one to Ryan.
I'm agreeing with you right away. Yeah, I mean, because Breeze versus Carolina, it's all defense. You know, they're trying to shake him up.
Yep.
And well, you're looking at Gags' lineup too. Like, of course, look at how much of an edge Breeze gives him. What was Winston, like 38 points?
38, yeah. That's
and
like a
Breeze's 51 projection.
Jump,
yeah, it's a big jump. And he's not losing too much with the wide receivers either, but we'll get into that. But yeah, I'm giving it to Matt Ryan. Could be a great week for him versus Detroit, and I think he's going to outscore Breeze.
All right, let's look at the trios. We got Green, Allen, and Fitzy going up against Devontae Adams, Rashard Matthews, and Des Bryant. I give this to Juddy. Allen's looking really good early. I hope he stays healthy. He's doing great. Green's going to have a breakout game here sooner or later. Fitzy's usually pretty consistent. Devontae Adams, he hasn't done much this year, has he?
Yeah, he has.
Has he?
He's been pretty
Adams,
good.
Okay, all right.
And he could be even better this week if Nelson doesn't play. I believe Cobb is going to play because his shoulder is all right.
Okay. But yeah, I'm still going to give this to Jut.
All right, and yeah, like you said, looking at Juddy's wide receiver trio, Green is good. Allen performing well until some freak accident happens.
Yep.
And we should applaud Juddy on his unwavering loyalty towards Keenan Allen.
Oh yeah.
Even though he is.
Took him in the second round this year, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he did it last year, I believe,
know.
too. So he disappointed him, but Juddy stuck with him. And Fitzy, old man reliable.
Yep.
He's the second coming of Keyshawn Johnson.
That's good.
Just put the old man and he'll get you 10 catches.
Yep.
Devontae Adams, Matthews, and Bryant. So, I'm giving it to Juddy's. And like you said, I told you, Des Bryant is a pain to own. He's going against Patrick Peterson in Arizona. So I think it's going to be the easy E show in that game.
Yep, could be because he got bottled up last week.
Right.
All right, on to the running backs. Gillislee and Hunt versus Lynch and Hill. This is Judd again. It's not just a West versus East Coast thing, but it's just like it's coming up.
Yeah.
All favoring him. Gillislee's been getting in the end zone. Hunt's been a monster so far.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Jeremy Hill, I probably wouldn't even start him on my team. But Marshawn Lynch, he seems to be having he's going to have a good year.
He's having a blast. You see that man? He's dancing on the field, pissing the Jets off. He's getting turned up.
I really wish I could have drafted him because I know his contract is all incentive based.
Oh, is it?
Yep, all the touchdowns and yardage he scores, the more money he gets paid. So
Right.
I'm still giving this to Jutt.
All right, I'm giving it to Juddy too, man. Like you said, Gilsley touchdown dependent, and Hunt is a monster.
Yep. All right, finally, Gags is going to get a little bit of an edge here. Kelsey over Hooper.
Gotta go Kelsey.
Yeah. Garcon over Sproles. What do you? It's kind of a weak flex here for both of them, in my opinion. I'm going to go. I don't even know. What do you think?
You don't. You gotta make a
don't know.
decision, Brian.
I'll give it to Sproles. He's been kind of active lately, so I'll give it to Sproles.
All right, I'll go with Pierre Garcon.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Tucker or Prater. Tucker had an off week. Prater hit a 50-yarder. I'll go Prater.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Tucker.
All right, and then these are both pretty good defensive matchups here. I'm gonna go Miami just because I think anybody playing the Jets this year are gonna have the potential to dominate.
The feast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go Miami as well.
Yeah, I think New England's gonna get their points, but I think Miami will outdo them. Gag's team is definitely improved from last week, but I don't think it's gonna be enough, and I think Jutt gets another win.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it is crazy.
Jags goes to 0-3. In our opinion.
I think so. Like I said,
it's
it's
a second win.
Gags, you got to keep those trades coming. In the next matchup of the week, we've got Possum Magic, who still has Easy playing. Oh my goodness, that's still disgusting. The fact that he still got him in the second round.
Yeah.
I think it was? Yeah. Going up against the Mighty Midgets, but Possum Magic hasn't benefited from it so far. He's 0-2 in last place. Just spent a lot of money, so hopefully it pays off this week for him. Let's just dive into it here. We got Rodgers going against Wilson. Cincinnati looks awful. I'm going Rodgers.
I'm going Rodgers too. They got a good defensive backfield, but Rodgers can pick them apart.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson has a terrible offensive line.
Right. So how's Doug Baldwin going to blow up?
I don't know. Russell Wilson, roll out, Baldwin straight for the win.
Okay. All right. Cooks. Let's go over Mighty Midgets. Cooks, Wright, and Crowder versus Watts.
Not a great trio.
Not a great trio. Watkins, Curse, and Higgins.
Also not a great trio.
Not a great trio either. Whew. I'm going to give this to Jim. I'm going to give this to Crick. Cooks has been really down so far this year, so maybe they're going to try to feed him a little bit more, get him more involved. I don't know. I'm going to give it to him based on Cooks.
All right, I'm going to give it to Tree Size. Because, Curse, like I said, they don't have anybody to throw it to. So they've been throwing it to him a lot, which is good. I guess getting out of Seattle was great for him. Watkins is Watkins, so he's a hit or miss.
Yep.
So waka. And Higgins, the new star of Tree Size's team here, playing against a weak Indianapolis team without Vontae Davis. And I think that he's gonna have more opportunities than Jimmy Crick's team. But I do hope I'm wrong and Crowder goes off.
All right, running backs, we've got Abdullah and Carson for the Mighty Midgets versus McCoy and Miller. Since Shady's going in against Denver, I'm gonna give this to Abdullah and Carson.
I'm gonna give it to Tree, McCoy and Miller, because Shady can't have two bad games in a row.
Yeah, I don't see him doing anything against Denver. They shut down Easy for I forget, it was really low yardage. And
9
then
yards.
Miller, they're gonna be probably playing from behind. So
Yeah, probably.
So I'm gonna give it to Jimmy.
All right.
Jim Crick. All right, tight ends, Henry or Rudolph?
Rudolph.
I'll go Henry. Montgomery or Easy E?
Ooh, that's a tough one, actually.
That is a tough one.
I'll go Easy E.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. Let's see here. Folk or Bailey?
I go Bailey.
Yeah, I'll go Bailey. And then Minnesota going up against Tampa Bay or the Chargers against the Chiefs. I got to go. Geez, that's kind of a tough one, but I'm going to go Minnesota.
I'm going Minnesota as well. So, well, I think I've almost picked everything to Tree Size. I'm going with Tree Size to win it, obviously.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go with Crick. I went with, the majority, I went with Crick all the way down until we got to the tight end. So I'm going to take Crick. I think it's going to be a close one. But, wow, Tresize could go in 3, potentially. And if Crick wins this, hats off, because he lost 3 big players in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that'd be a huge, huge win for him. And
You know, it would be a good idea. I know it's like 99% impossible how hard it is to get Tresize on the phone these days.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get Tresize on the phone for an interview to see what his opinion of our drafting skills for him were, and if there were any changes that he would make as far as like what happened and how
Yeah.
being drafted for him.
I mean, he'll laugh the fact that he got Elliott, you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
Russell Wilson and other people, I'm sure he probably wouldn't have picked.
Tresize, if you're listening, text me. We'll set up an interview.
Right. I think that's all the matchups that we have, Brian. So I think we can pretty much call it a night, right?
I think so. Oh, wait, no, we did have one more. We've got the Skelehor Isotopes going up against Disco.
Go!
Disco. Wow, 0-2 going up against 2-0, man. Sexy is loving this.
He wants to put a nail in that coffin.
He does. Early.
Wants to dance all over that coffin.
All right, well, let's get into this. We got Carr going up against Stafford. That's gonna be a really close matchup. I think they're both gonna really put up some big numbers. I think they both score over 50 points, but I'm gonna give a slight edge to Stafford.
I disagree with you. I think Stafford's going to get a lot of points, but I don't think Carr's going to get as much as we think because he's playing Washington, and it's going to be more about a running game for the Raiders.
Okay. All right. So you're taking Stafford?
Yes, I am.
All right. We got for Kabisic, we've got Jeffrey, Hill, and Diggs going up against Cooper, Thomas, and Landry. You go first.
Okay, well, first off, that's the most disgusting receiver trio. He's not even playing Bryant. He's not even playing Bryant. Martavis Bryant. Look at that. Look at that.
And he's got Beckham in the flex.
That's what I'm saying. He has him on the bench.
Yeah.
So gross.
It is.
With that being said, I gotta take Bigler because you got Cooper, Thomas, Landry versus Diggs, Hill, and Jeffrey. Man,
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately for Craig, on paper, it's not even close for the receivers.
Right. And with Hill, you still have to depend on that big play.
Yeah.
And Jeff, he could get hurt soon, and Diggs depends on Bradford because we saw what happened with Casey Keenum.
Yeah,
it's top 40.
Yeah, top 40. I hope he's coming back because I would like to put Thielen back in, but I won't do it until he comes back.
Yeah. Well, hey, I have Cook. I have to deal with that as well.
Yep.
Stacking the box.
All right, the running backs we got.
You didn't say who you were going with.
Oh yeah, I said it's not even close.
Oh, okay.
Sexy. All right, we got Gurley and Stewart for Craig, and we've got Hyde and Perkins. I mean, obviously, when you take 5 receivers in a row, running back's not your strong suit, so I'm going Kabisic all day.
Well, once again, I'm gonna go with Bigler.
You're insane. You're absolutely insane.
Insane. Listen, he's got Jay Stu. Okay, he's playing against New Orleans. Gurley's playing against San Fran. But I just saw Hyde rip off 120-some yards versus Seattle. So, and Perkins smashed Johnson or whatever.
You are insane.
I just think Hyde's going to have a great game.
We'll get to that in a minute. Gurley, I say, takes this by himself. So I'll take Craig. All right. Tight ends, Gronk. Is he all right? Is he playing and everything?
I don't know. I know you had the full groin thing, but we don't know. We gotta go Gronk too, because Bigler's little daughter said Eifert a bum.
That's right. Eifert is a bum, but he's still playing.
Yeah, which is why I did not keep him in the 13th round.
Good point. All right, so Craig is flashing his new shiny toy.
Human joystick.
Yeah. Going up against Beckham Jr. I don't think Beckham Jr. is all the way back, so I'm going to give this one to Cohen. I think he's going to get enough catches against Pittsburgh.
Now you're out of your mind. You always go with Beckham.
Beckham played 50% of the snaps, maybe less.
Well, then he'll be 75% this week. And what if Jordan Howard? If Jordan Howard is hurt, then yes, I take Cohen. But if not, I take Beckham.
All right. I'm going to go Gostkowski.
Gostkowski. Yeah. McManus. That's Craig. Craig's like, fuck you, McManus. So I gotta go Gostkowski.
Pittsburgh D over Chicago for sure. KC and Chargers, no, I wouldn't play that. Pittsburgh, I mean, their defense looks good, and the fact that they're playing Chicago makes them look really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possible trap game, but it's still Chicago, so yeah, I got to take Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Maybe
Alright.
Jerome Harrison will actually play.
Yeah, it's possible. Did you say Jerome Harrison?
Did I?
I think so. It's like, who's Jerome Harrison?
What's
James
Harrison?
Jerome
He
Harrison.
looks like a Jerome to me.
Alright.
It should be a Jerome.
All right. I'm taking Sexy based on his receivers.
I'm going to take Sexy based on his receivers as well.
So pretend.
Sorry, Craig, but at the same time, we might be helping you because
could
last
be.
time we picked you lost, right?
Yeah, exactly. We picked him for 2. We both picked him, so
maybe
hopefully it's not the kiss of.
Yeah, the kiss of death.
Right. All right. I think that's all the matchups for this week, right?
I think so. Thank God, I can finally go home.
I know. I gotta get Noah to sleep. So, best of luck to everybody. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens after this week. A lot of things could be shaking up. We could have somebody take the top spot. Craig might be 0-3.
Yeah, so Gags might be 0-3 as well.
Yeah, basement buddies.
Venus might not be talking.
Yeah, right. Keep dreaming.
It's not possible.
All right, you ready, darling?
I'm ready, Brian.
All right, Jimmy, we're just messing with you. We know that you're probably thinking, like, they always forget me. Well, we saved you for the matchup of the week.
Yes, we did.
Take it away, darling.
The matchup of the week.
We got
New Gods, Mad Titans versus Shawshank, the Athletics.
I hope that Jimmy destroys him just because Josh ripped into you about not having a competitive matchup of the week.
I hope so too, and I hope he gets 100 points.
And I hope he calls in next week too.
I'm gonna call his personal phone line and be like, "Sir, if you're not gonna show up for the matchup, don't even show up. Just be a loser at home."
All right, let's get into it. We got Jay Cutler, Smoking Joe. Why do they call him that, by the way?
Oh, because it's just his demeanor and there's a lot of memes out there with him smoking a cigarette,
Okay.
stuff like that. So
Going up against Brady. Normally you say Brady right away, but you got Cutler going up against the Jets. Still going to give it to Brady.
yeah, I'm gonna give it to Brady too.
Yeah.
Can't even argue. Can't even try to say Jay Cutler, Smoking Joe.
As much as you want to.
Yeah.
All right. For Jimmy, we've got Pryor, Crabtree, and Sanders going up against Benjamin, Hopkins, and Cobb. Crabtree and Sanders looked really good. I got to give it based on those two. Benjamin's doing okay. Hopkins is doing mediocre. Cobb's coming back, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, still going to give it to Jimmy. Pryor has a chance to blow up. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to give it to Jimmy on this.
I'm giving it to Jimmy as well. New England takes out the one thing that can beat him, and that's Hopkins. So, even in garbage time, which is what he got a lot of last week against me. Benjamin's going against New Orleans, but I still don't see it as a threat. Like you said, Crabtree, Sanders, and Pryor's got to break out soon. So definitely I'm going with Jimmy's trio.
Okay. All right. Now, this is actually a pretty good running back matchup. We've got Gordon and Anderson going up against Murray and Ajayi. But correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Henry get, a lot more yardage than Murray? Last
He
week?
did. I believe Murray was hurt actually,
Oh, is
so they
that
took him
why?
out.
Okay.
So yeah, and Henry made the most of his opportunity.
Gotcha. This is, in our league, which is all in the NFL, which is wide receiver heavy, it's hard to get really good running back matchups, and we've got some true runners here. So, I don't really even know who to give this to. Let me look at the matchups here. I'm actually going to give it to Josh with the Ajayi going up against the Jets.
I'm gonna go with Jimmy with Gordon and Henderson. How can you not?
I know they are two really explosive backs, but I think Ajayi's gonna have a monster 200-yard game.
Wow.
Look at it.
Prediction of the week.
Yeah, look at it. The potential is there.
It's against the Jets, man. The Jets have a great defensive line. They have terrible defensive backs.
Well, we shall see.
We shall.
All right, we've got Ben Watson, fresh off the waiver wire, going up against Witten, the leading tight end of the season. I'll give it to Witten.
I'm giving it to Witten too. That old man has found a little bit of youth, the fountain of youth with those young bucks out there in the Cowboy locker room.
Yep. All right, flex. Bell has got to break out one of these games, and I'm thinking it's going to be Chicago. I think they're going to kind of run up the score and just lean on Bell, and he's going to destroy Hearns.
Bell versus Hearns sounds like a boxing match. I agree with you. Le'Veon Bell's gonna get the ball a lot versus Chicago. His legs are they're fresh. They're starting to get worked up. They're out of the preseason mode since he wasn't in the preseason. Probably catch like 6 passes too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think he's gonna beat Hearns.
All right, Crosby or Boswell?
I'm gonna go with Crosby.
Yeah, absolutely. You never go for Boswell. Jimmy, get a new kicker. All right, Jacksonville or Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay for sure. Did he just pick him up? Was it last week?
That was last week.
Yeah, the $10. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So he's gonna.
Pick up of the week.
That was the pickup of the week. Did we say who the pickup of the week was this week? We should do that.
Higgins
For $100?
for $100.
That's crazy. That's not the pickup of the week. One Benjamin. All right. Who are you going with?
I'm going with you know what? Just because Jimmy asked, I'm gonna go with Josh.
You know what? I'm feeling Josh. I think he's going to have a huge week. I think he's going to
Gosh,
run
big
this
week.
up. Yeah, huge week.
Josh is gonna step up there and live up to his potential that he likes to tell everybody about. You know, he's the Kubica killer. Now he wants to be a Huber squasher. All those things. I see it happening. You know, this team's just gonna stomp Jimmy into the ground.
Ditto. Sorry, Jimmy. Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. And also, one last thing. If you think, Josh, that your wife is deserving of Harley Quinn,
yeah.
you are out of your freaking mind.
Yeah.
Maybe whoever Doc Ock's girlfriend is, that's possible.
sure.
Maybe
And Jimmy never responded, did he?
not. Maybe the wife of the mole man,
Yeah.
not Harley Quinn. I am sorry.
Couldn't agree more.
Yes.
All right, I have one last thing. I just wanted to put it out there so it's official. Delling and I have a side bet going.
Oh yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
I think I'm winning.
You probably are. He's taking Carlos Hyde. We're talking like most points overall. Are we talking receiving and running or just running?
Everything.
Everything? That's fine. Everything. And I've got Lamar Miller. And we're going to officially say it here so we can go back and listen to it later. It ends at the end of our season. Not the end of the regular NFL season, the end of our fantasy season.
Oh, week 13
Yeah.
or week 16?
Week 13. Or do you want to do week 16?
Gosh, I mean this is a full week. I don't care. We can do week 13 if you want.
Yeah, let's do week 13. So the end of our regular season.
Okay.
So we'll put a beer on it. So,
Right. Whoever wins buys the loser a beer. Wait,
6-pack.
a 6-pack?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you really pushed that up there. Yes. Okay, whoever wins buys them a 6-pack.
Yeah. Pick 6, one of those places where you go and pick 6 beers.
You're just like upping it. I can't show up with a 6-pack of Bud Light.
No, you can't.
All right, deal.
All right. Shake on it.
Shake on
We
it.
are shaking.
Shaking.
Okay.
All right, and make Carlos Hyde put the afterburners on against the Rams.
Let's
Thursday.
go, Lamar. I don't remember who you're playing.
New England.
Okay, let's go. All right. Anything else? Final words? Final thoughts?
Final words. I really don't have much to say. Good luck to everybody. My team really stunk it up last week. Hopefully they rebound even maybe 50 points higher. And please don't let anybody else get hurt.
Yeah, except for Crick's team. Just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah. Don't want any curses coming back to me.
most certainly they will. Do you have anything else to say, Brian?
No, I don't think so. Just that I just hope that Josh doesn't disappoint in that big matchup of the week.
Me too.
We
You know?
both picked him, so I don't think he will.
No, I don't think he will either. I mean, this is where he takes over first place for like the first time in the history of the league, and he's got a straight shot at the playoffs.
All right, you ready, Delling?
I'm always ready, Brian. Good.